Welcome to my channel, Sweet Mahogany, and you are here with Mariah Janae. Today we are discussing some topics about some questions that you should ask sooner than later in your relationships.
Somebody call for the queen.
I have about five questions. So let's get started. The first question that I have is, you should definitely talk to your partner about your religious views as soon as possible. I can't help it. Every time I'm in starting to date somebody and get into a relationship with them, this is a conversation I have to have. The further I get away from being religious, the more that I need, not even their religious views, but you need to know their principles and morals, because we're getting away more and more in these generations from mine to I think to come, getting away from being religious. And a lot of people say spiritual, but I just think that being a type of person that knows right from wrong, you want to, engage that conversation with your partner just about their principles and morals that they and values that they hold dear to their self. So I always make sure that I have those conversations early on. The religion conversation definitely should come about because, you want to see if your partner is religious, but you should know in the dating time period if they are or not, but you need to know their background, what they came up as and everything. The second one is, it's very important to learn the relationship that they have with their parents. I have the closest relationship that I can imagine having with both my mom and my dad. With my mom, may God be pleased with her. She and I just had the most amazing relationship as I was getting older. And as much as I'm a daddy's girl, I couldn't have asked to have a better relationship with my mom. So I cherish the thoughts of having a close relationship with parents. And so that's for mine, how I would, always approach one and know, what's your relationship you have with your mom, as the male, because, us females, we usually, supposed to have the opposite sex, relationship with our fathers most, and then the sons, of course, their mothers. So I would like to know, what the relationship's like, because if the relationship is good with the mom, trust me, how they treat you is going to be A1 as well, unless they're a mama's boy and they don't see anybody outside the mom as being somebody that they want to treat like a queen, right? But if not, they definitely going to hold you to high regards. And I've seen, times where men might not have their mothers in their lives or didn't have a good relationship with their mother. And trust believe, the factor played a part on how they viewed women themselves. And then us women, when we don't have daddies in our lives and we have daddy issues, it constantly plays out in a relationship as well. So you want to know, is it a one-parent household, single, parent household, or if it was two-parent household that person was in. Now, I always thought growing up, I was in a two-parent household, so whoever I'm with, if they in a two-parent, we're going to work. This is going to be a match. Listen, I done had two guys I have been with that was in a two-parent household, and let's just say it wasn't quite that factor. The third one that I know wasn't a two-parent household, but he had both in his life, and that was, more of a more stable type situation as far as, he's good with his parents, treat me well, treat women right. I don't know. I'm not going to even go there. I'm not going to say if the guys that I dated that had two-parent households didn't treat women right, because sometimes dudes can just be low-key players out here, and that doesn't reflect as much of how they was raised by both their parents. So I'm not even going to go there with it. We're going to move right along, but just make sure that you have that conversation and see what their relationship is like with their parents. My next question, or that you should have with somebody, is is the partner's perspective on leadership and submission. Like, that's where I have this next one I want to do a video on, like, just about the roles of genders, the gender roles that you have in your relationship. Like, I feel like the leadership role is definitely should be with the man. Like, he should be the head of the household. He should be the one that, you know, the whole, from the wife and on, or even if you don't get married, but just the mother of the children and on should just be looking at as the head to carry on, you know, different things in the household. If it'll be, you know, just that stability, that union, that tightness, you know, just getting everybody together to know, you know, I'm the father and the mother backs me up in everything that they decide to do. These are questions that I think that people should ask, but in reality, I have to ask myself. So that's why I'm kind of having this discussion of like how I view on it too, because it's like, as I go through this process with you guys of like having relationship talks, it's also things that I gotta constantly, you know, still think about for myself from time to time in my relationships as well. So I know when you get married, they have that part in your vows of that honor and obey. And I've seen some women, you know, decide to take that part out, like that obey does not fit right with them or sit right with them. Now, I think that when you find that right man or whatever, which is another video in itself in the whole submission thing, but when you find that right individual, like you might submit, you know what I'm saying? You might, when you're single or you're not in a relationship, think like, nah, I'm not going to submit to that person. But find that right individual, you might submit to them, but not in the submission way that some people like think of it. Just in the submission of, as far as like, you know what kind of man you have, so you in return want to make sure that you do everything in accordance to things that you know he will want or how it should go in y'all's relationship that y'all establish. But, you know, I'm going to go deeper in that submission conversation real soon. My fourth one is how they handle stressful situations. Like, that's real key as well to talk about. But you can, like, ask somebody that, but really you got to live with that person. You got to be, like, dealing with them through different parts of their lives on both sides, you know what I'm saying, men and women, to really know, like, if they handle certain things a certain way. Now, let me give some examples that I can best, you know, think of. I feel like if a man comes home and he's letting you know, like, he just lost his job or he quit his job, seeing how the woman reacts to that, like, is she okay with it and letting him know, like, you know, we're gonna make it through this, it's okay, honey, you know, you're gonna find another job. Or if he quit his job, you know, baby, what you into, what really you know, makes you like wake up every day and want to go hard for it. Like, just to get him in that mentality of like, you know, you don't gotta be working at 9 to 5. Like, you want to start a business, like, you know, what are you into? What's your skills? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that example just for the simple fact that you want to have some women that is just there and want to make sure they're being positive when you go through those things. And then you're going to have the women that's going to be like stressed out, not trying to go through that, not knowing what they should do. When you say you just lost your job, like, you know, some women just like rely on that man, and he's bringing in, you know, as they used to say, bringing in home the bacon. And so when he loses his job or decides to quit, she don't know what to do because she relies so much on him. You know, she's stressed. And I want to tell you guys that when you're stressed about anything, that's more harmful to the body than you think. So you want to always turn negative situations into more of a positive, because, you know, stressing a lot and always talking down on situations and everything definitely, like, it's more harm to the body and your health than you think. So, okay, so back to the topic though. You want to go through all 4 seasons with a person, just seeing how they handle different things as it happens, because like even losing a loved one, like is that person there for you even when you struggle with them, even when you probably want to, you know, be alone and not be around people, or when you decide you want to get off work and start drinking more, start smoking more than usual because you just can't handle like the thought that you just lost someone so dear to you. Like, how does your partner react to that? So you want to ask these questions, and hopefully they kind of know themselves if they've been through it to tell you certain things about themselves, but you really ain't gonna know that one until you live with that person and y'all really just go through all the different hardships and good times and everything that a relationship brings. But that's very, very important when it comes to, you know, having a solid union with a partner for years. It's just like how you two can balance each other out and do things to support one another when y'all are at y'all's lowest. I can't tell you how many times people like bounce on somebody when the man or a woman gets locked up, or when somebody's health declines. They think that, especially when you're not married, they think that if you caught a disease or illness, you know what I'm saying, like they got their side piece over here, so they can just go ahead and leave you for dead and go mess with that person. Like, it's just so many different scenarios I probably can come up with of like the positive and the negative of how people handle going through all 4 seasons with somebody. And all you can do is hope that you get the right person that can just be down for you when you go through things and you feel like you are at your worst. So, I think I have one more question. That I want to say. Oh, yes. How your partner prioritizes money. That's another one that you probably just gotta watch actions more than somebody telling you. But, like, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, when relationships are like declining, if it's in marriage or just like how people interact with one another, it's because of that money issue. Like, I think I'm finding more importance in credit than the money, because, you know, once you have good credit, you can finagle ways to, you know, invest and have good money issues and everything. But like, you want to find that partner or talk with somebody that handles their money. They're not loose with their money. They know what to do with it to make more money, have more incomes coming in. Now, when I say how your partner prioritizes their money, you definitely want to see if your partner is that person that just meshes well with you when it comes to that. Because if they bad with money, sometimes you might be good, so you can help that partner to be even better with money. But then sometimes you might be good with money and that person isn't, that you're with, and they might just be trying to be with you because you good with money or whatever, and they think that all this is a come up for them or whatnot. Like, there's so many different things that happen with the dating. But if we're just talking about all these questions, flatline, you're in the relationship already, you dated them and you knew that that was the right partner for you, but you didn't know these extra intricacies of it, then I would definitely say that you want to just start watching the actions of your partner and like, where's their money going to the most? Are they always seeming like they broke? When they talking about like to you that the bills is coming up or whatever, are they able to cover it? Or are they type that is like paying majority bills, but they might not have one bill they don't pay? Or are they the type that lets bills kind of pile up and then pay? Like, you know, we all know, like, you got that past due amount or whatever, and then, you know, they pay the past due, but that's it, and then they wait until the next bill come in to catch themselves back up. Like, you just want to learn your partner and know if they're like, because my grandma, I swear she's on it like this, like writing out in their little booklet of a bill log and paying every bill on time. Like, just knowing like what kind of partner you have from the beginning can save you so much headache. It ain't even funny. But I think some of these questions is for like my 24, 25 and up crowd, because when you're young, I don't really expect you to have all these together, or the partner, if they're that age, like from 18 to 24. I know that you and your partner might still be trying to make improvements with yourselves in these areas, but like, let me tell you, when you get a certain age, all those I named are so important, from when you're just with that partner and when y'all bring children into play. Like, the money issue, how are you teaching your children or your babies for y'all's future good money habits? The religious views, what is going to be the foundation for you and your child, you and your partner's children, to what y'all want y'all's child to learn before they get on their own and make their own decisions. Being a parent, like, am I gonna have a mama's boy, or am I gonna like let him do him as he gets older, so he's not having a full attachment, but talking to him enough so that he knows that he can come to me about anything and be open with me, rather than thinking that since I'm just his mom, I'm just gonna talk to my friends about certain things that he could come to me about. Or to the dad, having a daddy's girl and just having an open communication with her. But she, like, I fought myself sometimes. It took me years to get underneath my dad's hold, his grip. It's so much about him that I was just like, always like, my dad can't say no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got my best interest, so whatever he says is how I should view things. And two, I got to my point where I just decided, Mariah, you gotta make decisions for yourself, and just hope that you're not living in a lot of regrets. You know what I'm saying? So, that leadership submission, we ain't gonna talk about for kids. And how to handle stressful situations. Like, if you stressing all the time, best believe your baby see it. Best believe that they are picking up some of those things that you do in your stressful moments. Like, that's smoking more, drinking more, or whatever your bad habits can be. Your children are always watching and mimicking as they get older. So, that could stick with them too. So, you just want to, I'm not saying that you're going to get a perfect partner, because nobody's perfect, but you definitely want to make sure that you're trying to together know y'all's flaws and be working on it. Every flaw can become a strength, or every weakness can become a strength, if you just take that time to hone in on it and know that by you working on it constantly, one day it'll be a strength and you'll be better. You ain't gonna be able to take care of all your weaknesses, but more weaknesses that you can make as strengths will make it better for you as an individual, and then in return for your partner as well. So, hope you guys enjoy this relationship talk. Sometimes certain questions or certain things can make you long-winded, but I'm definitely trying to, bring more of these topics to y'all. And definitely comment below if there's any topics that y'all want me to hit on next. Like and subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace and love.